So, I'm a 32-year-old guy, and I've always been the responsible one in my family. I have a stable career, savings, the whole 9 yards. My sister Kay is what our parents call a free-spirited artist, which basically means she's never held a steady job, and they've always paid her way. To keep my business and family life separate, all my investment properties are handled by a property management company, PMC. They deal with tenants, rent, everything. It keeps things professional, which is exactly how I needed it to be. This whole disaster kicked off on a Tuesday. My sister called me, and she was already screaming when I picked up. "They're raising my rent," she yelled, "by $200. Can you believe this greedy landlord?" I knew exactly what she was talking about. It was my property. The lease was up for renewal, and my PMC was doing a standard market rate adjustment. It was a simple business move. "That's a bummer," I said, keeping my voice totally neutral. "What's your plan?" "What's my plan?" she shot back. "No, what's our plan? You need to help me. You can easily afford to cover the extra $200 a month. It's basically nothing to you." And there it was. The casual assumption that my bank account was the family's emergency fund. I'd let smaller things go for years, but this was a line I had to draw. "No," I said simply. "I'm not doing that." "What? Why not? You're just going to watch me struggle while you're rolling in it." "You're not struggling," I said. "Your boyfriend lives there rent-free. If he got a job, any job, you two could cover this no problem. It's time to grow up." The line went silent. I'd hit the nail on the head. Her boyfriend was another artist who thought he was too good for a 9 to 5. Our parents had paid her security deposit and had been subsidizing her rent for years. A little detail they never mentioned was a deal made with my PMC, not some random landlord. "You're unbelievable," she finally said. "So selfish. I can't believe we're related." Then she hung up on me. Of course, my mom called an hour later. "Your sister is just heartbroken," she started, laying the guilt on thick. "How could you be so cold? It's just a little money to help family." "Mom, it's not about the money," I tried to explain. "It's the principle. She's almost 30. She can't live on handouts her whole life. My dad got on the extension. She's a sensitive soul. The world is tough on artists," he boomed. "Just help her out. We'll pay you back." "You guys are already helping her." I reminded them. "This is between her and her landlord. I'm staying out of it." It was like talking to a brick wall. A few days later, after a smear campaign to our entire extended family about how I was a heartless monster, my sister called again with a new angle. Her voice was dripping with fake sweetness. "Hey," she cooed. "So I was thinking you were right. My boyfriend and I need a fresh start. We found this amazing loft. It's perfect for our work." I could practically hear the other shoe getting ready to drop. "Thing is, our credit isn't the best, so we just need you to co-sign the lease. It's just a formality." I almost burst out laughing. Co-signing for those two would be like setting my credit score on fire. "Absolutely not," I said. "Not happening." The sweetness vanished. "You are such a selfish jerk." "I knew it. You just want to see me fail." "I want to see you succeed on your own." I shot back, my patience totally gone. "Forget it," she screamed. "I don't need you. Mom and Dad are going to help me buy a house." And I already told my landlord what I thought of him. We had a huge fight. A knot formed in my stomach. "What did you do?" She sounded so proud of herself. I told him his rent hike was disgusting. He got all defensive and said if I don't sign the new lease, I have to be out at the end of the month. I got so mad I just screamed that I wouldn't sign anything and that I'd be out in 10 days. He just said, "Okay, we accept your notice." So yeah, I'm moving back in with Mom and Dad. She thought she'd dropped a bomb on me. She thought she had all the power, that she called the landlord's bluff and now had him scrambling. She had no idea who she was really talking to. I kept my voice perfectly calm. "Okay, thanks for letting me know." I hung up. She made her choice. Now it was my turn. The moment the call ended, I dialed my PMC manager. "Hey, update on 123 Maple Street." I said, "The tenant just gave her verbal notice to vacate in 10 days. 10 days? That's sudden," he said. The lease requires 30 days written. She was very clear. I replied, she's choosing to leave early. I want you to accept it. Send her the official confirmation email tomorrow morning with all the move-out procedures. No extensions, no special treatment. By the book. Got it, he said. We'll have the place listed for rent by noon. The next morning, all hell broke loose. My sister got a very formal, very corporate email with the subject, confirmation of your notice to vacate. It laid out her move-out date, the final walkthrough process, and all the legal stuff about her security deposit. This was not the panicked, pleading response she had expected. The reality hit her like a truck. She had just willingly made herself homeless in 10 days, and her bluff about her parents buy her a house was just that, a bluff. My mom called, completely hysterical. Your sister got this awful legal email. She didn't mean it. She was just emotional. You have to call her landlord and fix this for her. I can't, Mom, I said, sticking to the plan. She gave legal notice to a professional company. They're just doing their job. This is your fault, my dad shouted. You need to make this right. They kept at it, their voices getting more and more desperate. Finally, I decided it was time. There's nothing to fix, I said, my voice low and serious. The property management company I use, they work for the owner of the house. And the owner is me. Complete silence on the other end. I could practically hear their brains short-circuiting. The money they'd been helping her with had just been going through my company and back into my account to cover the portion of the rent she couldn't afford. Then my sister grabbed the phone. You liar, she shrieked. You've been lying this entire time. How could you do this to me? Do what? I asked. I gave you a nice place to live for below market rent and stayed out of your life. You had a good deal. Her anger immediately crumbled into pathetic begging. You can't kick me out. It's your house. You can't do this to your own sister. I'll pay the new rent, I swear. First, I said, my voice turned to steel, I'm not kicking you out. You screamed at my manager that you'd be out in 10 days. You quit. You weren't fired. I'm just accepting your decision. Second, the listing is already live. We have people scheduled to see it this weekend. You need to be out. She was sobbing when she handed the phone back to my mom, who started her own round of pleading. But I was done. The wall was up, and they had just run face first into it. The next 10 days were miserable. They tried everything, guilt, anger, sad texts. I blocked their numbers and told them any questions about the move had to go through the PMC. My sister, realizing I wouldn't give in, decided to get revenge. On move-out day, she completely wrecked the house. Manager's call confirmed my suspicions. It's a war zone, he said. She'd left food to rot in the fridge, stained the carpets, gouged the floors, and even poured bacon grease down the drain to clog the pipes. She probably thought the worst she'd face was losing her security deposit. Big mistake. Just follow the protocol. I told my manager. Document every single thing and send her the bill. About a week later, a certified letter arrived for her at my parents' house. It was an itemized invoice for $8,452.17. Her security deposit barely made a dent. The bill included replacing all the carpets, refinishing floors, a full repaint, a plumber, and even a new fridge because the smell was so bad it couldn't be cleaned. Every charge was backed up with photos, video evidence, and official quotes. My dad called me, absolutely furious. An $8,000 bill. This is extortion. We're not paying it. You don't have to, I said coolly. She does. And if she doesn't pay in 30 days, the company's policy is to send it to collections and take her to small claims court. Her credit will be destroyed for years. It'll be impossible to rent a decent place or get a loan. But hey, that's between the company and the former tenant. I'm staying out of it. Checkmate. They knew I was serious and that my corporate shield was untouchable. They paid the bill out of their retirement savings to save her from the consequences of her own actions. A month later, my parents invited me to a very quiet, awkward dinner. So my mom asked, "The house, is it rented?" "Yep," I said. "A nice couple, both doctors, sign a 2-year lease. The PMC says they're great. My sister just stared at her food. She's now living in her teenage bedroom, listening to our parents complain about the $8,500 she cost them. Our relationship is probably broken for good, but honestly, I've never felt more at peace. Anyway, if you like stories about entitled people getting a full-service reality check, you should probably follow my channel. You never know when the next invoice is coming.